welcome all to episode 27, Fight the Viewership. Today is June something, 17th, 2014, and today we are, exactly as you guessed, fighting the viewership. Oh, shifty eyes, ChessWhiz. So that means people who are watching are going to come on air. Well, not on air. They're going to sit off air. We're going to beat them at chess, and then more people are going to come on. We're going to beat them at chess. This is also called Beat the Viewership for a good reason. Maybe you can figure out the reason we're calling it Beat the Viewership. If you can't, I'll demonstrate it, and then you'll realize the reason. So let's go over to lichess.org. Oh yeah, can't wait. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play with a friend. Now that's not quite well named. It should say play with a friend/enemy, also known as a frenemy. And we're going to make it a 3-minute with 1 second increment. The 3 minutes is for you, the 1 second increment is for me. Rated game, of course, because everyone likes high stakes. Mixed colors is just fine with me. So here's the link. What are we going to do with this link, guys? How do we find the frenemy to play against? I'm throwing it in the chat. I'm going to put this link in the chat of ChessWhiz TV, and whoever jumps on that first is going to get the first game against me. So there's a couple people in chat right now saying, oh, pick me, is it okay if I challenge you? Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. How do you know? Click on the link in the chat and you'll be the one to play me. So it's going to be a race. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you set? Go. Well, I say go, but it actually showed up long before because there's a delay in the stream. So when you hear me say go, the link will have showed up for a long time. So someone has clicked it, and that person is 0948351849. Wow, what are those numbers? We do not know. Good luck. Congrats on being the fastest clicker. You should get props for that. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3. This is the first ever position. First ever something. No one has ever seen this position before. I'm not playing the Ruy Lopez because I'm scared of it. Bishop b5 would just be, it would get complicated. So I'm curious about these numbers, 094835. It's an interesting set of numbers from a low number to a high number, 09, back to low and then high, 48, then another low and another high, 35. What could that sequence mean? Perhaps he'll share with us on the chat. So in this position, we have to go c3. Now, a lot of guys like to go knight g5 and take the f7 pawn because you want to go fork the guy. It does not work if the black brings out his bishop first because the queen hits g5. So if you play knight g5 right there, the queen just takes it. Oh, and that's very embarrassing. You lost your knight for nothing. So you got to watch for the knight coming out before the bishop. If the knight comes out first, then you can go knight g5, and it gets complicated from there. But if the bishop comes out first, you can forget about those tactics. Knight g5 is never going to work for you because black can castle. And once black's castled, he's happy to trade his rook for your bishop and knight, and you get nothing good from it. So we've got 4 spectators in the game, but you can't see that. Who stole my turn, says Mark Snam. I give up, my ping is not the best. Well, Mark Snam, you're going to get a chance to play because not every game is going into chat. Some of them will go into chat, and some of them will be challenges. So you'll be up next. Why don't you just challenge me and sit tight, and we will play the very next game because you were very patient. You get the prize of first player online. I actually brought the stream online, and there's a countdown that runs before the cast actually starts, and he was on there on chat saying, I'm the first right here. So I started throwing insults at him, which worked pretty well, but he stuck around. So I think we're going to be playing against him next. Okay, d6. That's the wrong move, guys. You have to play d5 here in this line to fight white center. So I already have the stronger center. I think I push h3 here. The reason is I don't want the bishop on g4. Pinning my knight makes it hard to protect d4. I don't want to push d4, d5. If I push this pawn, my center is no longer awesome. It's more like Swiss cheese because there's a hole over here on e5. There gets a hole over here on c5. Now, they're not technically complete holes because I can theoretically kick pieces away. b4 will kick a piece away from c5, and f4 will kick a piece away from e5. But there's still weak squares in my position, whereas when the pawns are side by side, that's a strong center. So keep that in mind for your centers. If you've got 2 pawns side by side, that's very strong. When you push one, you need to have a good reason for it because you're creating some weaknesses that you didn't have before. See, this square, this square, this square, this square, c5, d5, e5, f5, all under attack by pawns, so it's very, very strong. Rook e1, my rook is across from the queen, which is good for me. Good for me. I'm liking my position. Gemadux in the chat says he likes the Spanish opening. He's speaking of the Spanish game, which is the Ruy Lopez. That would have been bishop to this square, bishop b5 instead of bishop c4. Many, many players like that, and it's the more popular opening, which is one of the reasons I didn't play it. I'm more comfortable with the Gioco Piano, which is the bishop c4 line, assuming Black continues bishop c5 as happened in the game. So 1 minute left for our opponent here. He's got to start moving a little quicker because this is a 3-minute game. He's used 2/3 of his time and he's still in the opening. So that's not going to cut it. He's definitely going to have to crank up the speed. Do I have queen b3 going for b7? No. After knight a5, I can't take b7 and then he takes my bishop. My bishop is so awesome. Definitely want to keep that bishop on the board. So let's just bring in the rest of my pieces. Just have the queen now to develop. And maybe I'll move this knight somewhere else. You know, I could pull my bishop back and go knight c4. I could push e5. My center would kind of fall apart, but I might be able to make something else happen, something tactically about his queen stuck across from my rook and all that good stuff. Knight comes in. So there's a danger of a fork here, but my bishop's covering it. Now if queen b3 hitting the knight, I've got my center protected, so queen b3, knight moves, I get b7, rook moves, I come out, he takes b2. So no free pawn there. But I could just kick him away like this. I don't see any reason. I think he's preparing for d5. What if d5 after that? Take with the knight. Yeah, he's probably preparing for d5. I don't like that a bit. Not a bit. Maybe I should just kick the knight. Then if d5, I could take the knight. He takes my pawn. I take his my bishop. He takes. I'm going to do that. That's going to show him that he's just wasted his move going to b4, because I think he has to go right back to c6 again. And then it's my turn to think up something brilliant. And that brilliant thing will be to get my bishop out of the way, so I can put my knight in that square, which probably isn't the most brilliant thing, but it's a brilliant thing. Watch your time, let me tell him. Watch your time. You can see that in chat there. He's had to move his knight back, so I'll pull my bishop out of the way. The bishop isn't doing that much way up here in the center. Bishops, like rooks, move a long distance in one move, you know, all the way across the board. So they don't have to be in the middle in order to effect an effect. They can attack from the side. His time will be over soon, according to chat, and that is true as cheese. Cheese is so true. Gotta love cheese. d5. He's not playing d5. So what do I do now? Am I going to push e5 here? Take with knight. Take with pawn. Take. I guess I'll move my queen up. I mean, I can't get any kind of cool break here. So just prepare for whatever happens next. I hung this pawn, so maybe I'll go 2 squares to protect it a bit better. Yeah, okay, so you're attacking me there. I can just pull back. Not much is happening. I think I'm going to let the center break apart here. I'm going to let these 2 pawns push one of them, open the center, because my pieces are better positioned. They're all pointing toward the center. Whereas his pieces now, he's just sent another one off to the side, knight to the rim, which is dim. Yes, e4 was free, but not completely. He would walk into a pin if he took it, but it's true, it's pretty much free. So now I've got isolated d-pawn, so that's a little scary. But on the other hand, he has no time. And I have some interesting attacks here. I'm threatening some danger down there. Only his knight protects it. And he moved the protecting knight. Checkmate! Oh, the world's worst move was knight d5, because that was the only thing protecting h7. Oh, GG, I am so sorry, 094835. Now you must tell us what that means. What is 094835? Okay, so now we get to go over to this thing and erase that and put in 094835 1010. Okay. And does that just appear on the screen? No, I have to click the checkbox. There he is, and he's dead to me. That has multiple meanings. It means nothing. He spammed his numpad and he got numbers. What a surprise! And he made it his username. Brilliant. It reminds me of the amazing StarCraft player who went by the word Select. His nickname was Select. I was like, wow, that's a cool name. It's like, is he selecting his units or is he selecting the winner? That's great, right? So one time in an interview he was asked, new opponent, Mark Snam, why don't you go ahead and challenge me? I'll tell him in chat. Mark Snam, challenge me to a 3-1, and then we're going to go back to fighting in chat. But Mark Snam needs to get a turn. He's got about 20 seconds. Let me tell you about Select. So in an interview, the guy's asked, so how did you pick the name Select? That's such a good name. And this is a strong chess StarCraft player. You know, he's winning these tournaments. And he says, no thanks. Mark Snam says no thanks. So we're going to play another one in chat. Play with a friend, a.k.a. frenemy, mixed colors. Grab the link. Now, are you guys ready for this? Why does it say await in my URL bar? Oh, because I'm awaiting. Well, Mark Snam, you definitely pulled the wool over my eyes. Here goes link in the chat. Who's going to play next? Who's going to click it? I bet it's going to be 094835 again because he wants to lose. But it's not. Pyrphiros is the next opponent. Good luck. Congrats on the fast clicking. Because you have to be quick to click on the ChessWhiz link. D4 is the move. I will counter with knight f6, preventing e4 and staking my claim in the center. Is he going to play c4? He is not, so let's just bump up some pawns. So what happened? What did Select say in the interview? He said, well, I didn't know what to call myself. And he said this in Korean, too, because all the good StarCraft players are Korean. He said, I was just looking around my room for something to name myself, and I looked at my screen, my monitor, and it said Select on it. So I named myself Select. Okay, I changed my mind. Select is not a cool name. I mean, it says like up arrow, down arrow, select. It's like the menu thing on your monitor. That is not a clever way to pick a username. So there goes that theory. Wow. So some people get their names kind of from strange places. Why am I ChessWhiz? You won't learn in this episode. It will have to be a different episode in which you learn that. But maybe we'll find out why this guy is Pyrphiros. You know what we like to do with people? We like to Google them. Pyrphoros. Pyrphiros is being Googled. And it means Andrew Fournier. Now we have his whole name. I think that's his name. Haha. Hi. I will say hi, Andrew. Hi. Oh! He knows. But we know his name, so that's something. Rook to prepare for a pawn break in the center. Yep. Got his full name. Oh, it's not Andrew. He denies it. He denies it, which means he is Andrew, because only someone who wasn't Andrew would not admit to not being someone who wasn't Andrew. I think. Therefore I am. It's about time to strike back in the center, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we've got 3 pawns doing nothing, and he's got 3 pawns being awesome. So if we push some of our doing nothing pawns into his being awesome pawns, we'll have to see what results. Boom! There's pawn number 1, striking out. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. Pawn strikes out, and white thinks. That should be a newspaper headline. White thinks in game of chess. I'd read that article. Oh, he captures. I think the capture might be a mistake because that makes my job easy in cracking down the rest of the center. Brings my knight into play. I've got a little more breathing room here, as long as I don't die. Because my pieces were kind of clogged up here in the back. I mean, knight and bishop both on the 7th rank. Another bishop back here. Okay, we could trade. That's all right with me. Once those pawns exchange, now I've got more room to get my pieces out. As the black player moving second, I do tend to have a little less space and a little less advantage on the board. So with that trade, I've lost some of that disadvantage. Where'd my disadvantage go? I misplaced it. Better Google that too. So d5, pawn takes. I'm liking the resulting center. I mean, there's no advantage here, but I'm totally not disadvantaged. I like knight c3, picking up this bishop. Obviously, I would just lose my knight, but I'm thinking in the future. This is positive thinking, guys. I'm thinking about what could be in the future when I'm a millionaire. That would be pretty far in the future, if you ask me. When I'm a billionaire, when I'm a trillionaire, I'm going to play knight c3, and I'm also going to take his bishop. And I don't know what I'm going to like more, taking his bishop or being a trillionaire. It's going to be one of those. Villain, who beat me in the recent episode 26B, the bonus blitz tournament, who won that tournament, if I remember correctly, is challenging us to, and you can't read that because the logo's covering us, so let me help you. Hide logo. There it is. to a 3 minutes per side, 1 second per move. He knows the secret time control of Fight the Viewership. However, he doesn't know that it says casual here. So we're going to decline because it's casual. We got to play high stakes today, guys. This is not okay to just say, casual game. No. Okay, so pawn takes pawn. Rook has to move. My knight is covered by my bishop. I think I can win a pawn here. I don't think he protected c4 properly. Oops. Okay, I didn't see that. Bit of an overlooking there. But he's in a pin, so when I attack that, I think this is going to be a problem for him. When there's a pinned piece, what do? Attack pinned pieces. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. b5, bishop can't move, bishop has to move, and I win the bishop. Pretty simple. So although I didn't see bishop take c4, it doesn't matter because it makes his position get even worse. And there's another challenge from Vivillain. And he says, rated. That's more like it, Vivillain. We're going to accept your challenge after we beat this guy. So my queen has to move. I think queen e8. No, queen b6 is even better. Queen b6. Queen b6. He can't do any more shenanigans. And then we win the bishop. So we could win the bishop right away. Then he takes our queen. He takes his queen. Queen, queen, win the bishop. Rook can move. All I can do is straight. You know, this is good. Let's just take the bishop. Let's just take that bishop. Win the bishop. Then we could trade queens if we want, because his queen's under attack. I have 26 seconds, and we get 1 second per move. That's plenty of time, guys. Oh, take that rook with check. And he blocks with queen. He better block with queen. Block that check, yo. Uh-oh. Wrong move. Gotta block it with queen. You'd still lose the bishop, as we discussed, but at least you get a queen trade instead of missing a queen. Not as good. Oh, white resigns. GG. Well played. Although you needed to hold the center together better. Don't trade center pawns. Next time. So we've got another deadly death. That's every death is deadly. And this one is pure ferocious. One against him. And this is going to start covering the screen, but who cares? Who cares? Hey, I wonder if I can center that. Let's go play Vivillain. Is he still there? Join the game. So let's give him a moment to enter the room. He is there. Good luck. Too bad your rating points will be joining my team. That's too bad for you. e4. Let's see what happens. So we're going to put Vivillain on the scoreboard here. d5. What a counter attack. This is called the center counter. It's called the center counter. It's also known as the Scandinavian because he's just countering that center so sharply. Now, I've played some of these games where they throw e5 out so fast. What about c4 here? This is so bad, but I love doing it. If black doesn't take the pawn back, you just annoy them. Black gives you the pawn. Oh, this is really bad. Why do I do this? I do this to myself over and over. Now, if I can play d4, my center is good. My center is good. But if I cannot, it is not. It's pretty simple Boolean logic right here. Knight f3, bishop g4, h3. Takes, knight d4 maybe. Okay. I'll develop what I can develop since I can't go on the king side so well. So e5, now I cannot play d4. So I'm ahead of pawn. That's the good news. The bad news is pretty bad, though. I mean, it's definitely 100% bad. Because this d4 square is a terrible, terrible hole. Ornikar wishes to participate, but he's in the office and work is calling you. Answer the phone, Ornikar. When work calls, answer the phone. That's what I have to say. We're getting challenges left and right, guys. Tic-Tac-1 is challenged, and he knows the time control. 1610 is challenged, and he knows the time control. This is awesome. I don't know if T-Bow's ever seen this many challenges on the screen at one time. 989819998 challenges, and he gets the time control wrong. He's got 0 seconds to move, so that's declined right there. Bishop into d4. Now, we're fighting a strong opponent, so we can't be completely distracted by these challenges. Just partly distracted. Take bishop, right? If pawn fills the hole, then it's a lot easier to deal with. If knight fills the hole, well, that's what's going to happen, but at least we got another trade. So now knight e2, offering another trade. I just want to trade here. I'm ahead of pawn, and I don't like these pieces in my holes. Ooh, that sounded bad. So I trade knights, and then knight e2 again. He's castled, and he's going to push e4 at the right time to blow me to pieces. So let's see. Trade knights, he takes with pawn. He might just take with queen. But if he takes with pawn, knight e4, take, and I'm still okay? Yeah, let's do that. Knight e4. Knight e4, right? If he trades, I'm okay. If he doesn't trade, I'm okay. Maybe queen f3 here. No, bishop here to g4 could be tough. Block the pin, give the pawn back is one option. Might actually be a good option here to just give the pawn back, because I need to get castled. I could bishop e2. He takes. Okay, so I could protect with queen f4, queen f3, and then queen f4 if he comes out there. So those are my tries: queen f3 or bishop e2. And I think I'm gonna go. Should I try to hold the pawn, guys? How bad could it be? It could get really bad. So we're just gonna block that off and give the pawn back. So the pawn is back in the hands of the villain, and material is even. Advantage black, possibly, because black has the better bishop. My bishop is blocked by my own pawn. However, advantage white, possibly, because this pawn is isolated and potentially a target. Advantage black, because this is a passed pawn. Advantage white, because my development is actually a bit faster here. I've got my pieces ready to go, and he still has to bring out his queenside. Development's, it's about even here, about equal, but he's not ahead in development, which is good. If he brings out his bishop, I could take b7, rook comes over, gotta move, then he takes b2, and my king is under the gun. This could be tough to defend. Queen and rook facing my king here, and a bishop could be added to that pressure shortly. So should I take on b7, rook over, then maybe here. Take, he can't come lower. Queen up, maybe. I'll take it. Nothing like a free pawn to make things interesting. Gemadux says, watch your time, ChessWhiz. I'm watching my time. You watch your time, man. You watch yours. I mean, you're talking to ChessWhiz here. I didn't create time, but I was there. Only joking. I was not there at the creation of time, but that would be so awesome. It'd be like, what time is it? I don't know. Time hasn't been created yet. Oh, now time has been created, and it's 5:30. I wonder what time it was at the very first moment of time. That would be an interesting question. Gotta call a philosopher for that one. I don't think a scientist could help. We need a philosopher. I like to play, says Piano Wow. That's an amazing name, Piano Wow. It's like a piano that amazes you, I guess. Ooh, I'm in a pin. Ooh, he lost his queen. And I have 4 seconds. And I have 4 seconds still. And I have 4 seconds still. And I have 4 seconds. I'm noticing a pattern. And I have 4 seconds. Oh, I didn't win awesome things because he guarded his rook. I thought that was going to be awesomer. More awesome, I should say. Awesomer isn't really a word, but it's awesome. Now he's in trouble. His king is exposed. I think f5 was a mistake. Not that there's any... Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, no. Oh, oops. Oops. Oh, give my rook away for nothing. Let's see what I can do here. tough position. Tough, very, very tough. Oops. Oops again. Oops again. What's gonna happen? Very, very scary. Or as they say on ChessWhiz TV, very scary. Oops! Oh, a pre-move! No! You know what? King h5 is a horrible blunder, so I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to play King h5. That's a horrible blunder. He's not going to play a horrible blunder, so he's going to make the only other move, and then I'm going to move here. No, he makes a horrible blunder. Let me show you. Let me show you this. King h5, then queen f3. Queen, instead of up here to this blunder, queen f3 check. King has to move anywhere. Then I take this rook on g2. He takes me back. I promote my pawn into another queen. It's a queen against rook ending. He takes on h2. And I have 2 pawns against 4, but I have an extra queen, man. And if I haven't given away that villain, you were so dead. So. Oh, come on, villain. You were dead. You were dead. Okay, villain takes the first victory against ChessWhiz, but he doesn't deserve it. Properties. The villain. 0-1. Great, you guys are going to cover the chat too. I'm sneaky, he says. You're sneaky. I sneaked into that horrible move. You lose. Okay, well, I lose. I'm talking to myself when I say you lose. ChessWhiz, you lose. So now there's a couple of people who want to play. They're all in line. What I'm going to do actually is take one against the chat room, because everyone who's not asking ought to have a chance. And then we're going to take the top challenge, if they're still there. Now, Tic-Tac 1 is going to have to be very patient, because that's a long time from now. So he might be gone. Yeah, he missed mate in 1. Also, I missed a rook. All that horrible stuff. Go in chat. Go. You didn't even know that was coming because of the delay. And after this game, then we're going to play Tic-Tac 1, if he's still around, because it's tough to wait 10 minutes for a game of chess. But, wow, you rook nice. You rook nice. Congrats. And good luck. Fast mouse you have there. Okay, so we're going to need to shrink this down a bit over here. Shrink that down, and then we're going to need to put it like that. Then we're going to need to tell it, center my text. Where's center my text? Guys, there's no center my text on here. Bold? No. Vertical? Oh, epic. Vertical, that would be so useful. Great. Use of custom text extents. I have no idea what that means. Font, color, opacity, scroll speed. Oh yeah, let's crank up the scroll speed. That's going to be so helpful. I don't see any centering. That's lame. Well, you rook nice has left the game, so wow, isn't he a troll indeed? We'll give the chat one more time, one more chance. If someone joins and leaves again, they're slowing down the whole show, which makes them look dumb. So whoever clicked that link first gets to play. I'll wait for the next link. And who's in? Chess with Chris. You have a great name, but my name is not Chris. So, wait a minute. What if your name is Chris? Then I'd be playing chess with Chris. Whoa, mind blown. That was brilliant. Oh, you rook nice was not trolling me. Don't you think that'd be a clever troll? Click the link, you got in, no one else can play, and then you leave the game. Well, that'd be a pretty good troll. But he says in chat that the page crashed, frowny face. So now he's double trolling. Not only did he do that, but he pretended like he didn't do that. So, you missed your chance, frown face, you rook nice. But you have a nice pun, because rook sounds like look. Do you know who says look like rook? The Japanese. They're like rook, and they mean look, because they don't say L's, they say R's. For L's, I think, because of the accent that their language gives them. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. You know what's a great thing to say before you say anything? Simply these 4 words. I could be wrong, but... That's all you have to say, and then you can just make your statement. For example, it looks cloudy. You could say, I could be wrong, but it looks cloudy. Ta-da! True statement. Never lie again. I could be wrong, but my wallet is downstairs. You cannot be wrong because you could be wrong. So that's an instant truth-telling hack. It's a life hack. That's what they call them these days. They're like, hey, check out these 30 life hacks. You can fry underwear in your waffle maker. Wow. There's some weird life hacks out there. So I push c5 to block up these two pawns. He's not going to take me, and I'm not going to take him. So these pawns are just going to stay the way they are. And so nothing will happen, but it will happen very well. Did you see what I just saw? Tic-Tac-1 gave up. Look, he left his challenge, so only 16-10 remains. Why does everyone have numbers for their names? Seriously. I mean, we just played against 094835, and then we're going to play against 1610. This guy's a lot older. I mean, he's 404 years old. That's pretty old. I am threatening e4, pawn e4, forking a bishop and a knight. Does Chess with Chris see it? I don't know. I don't know if he sees it. He's taking a long time. Now I might think about, oh, yep, good. So now I might think about take, 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 and I've got the isolated backward pawn, and he's got the epic double pawn center. So that sounds better for him. Guess I'll keep bringing my pieces out. Who let the pieces out? What about knight over? I mean, this knight's not doing anything, so if I bring it over here and then I can push f5, you know, I could get my queen somewhere useful. And then, whatever happens, my queen will be ready. Bring it on. My queen is in its ready stance. Back rank is not ready because the rooks are separated by the queen. The rooks are like, hey, other rook, do you see me? No, I see a queen. Whoa, d5. So now I'm definitely going to play for f5 to break the center. I'm going to break it like a breakable object. Once you get your queen off the back rank, then the rooks can say, hey there, I see you down there, and I see you. Let's roll. Rooks don't actually roll unless you put them on their side, but they can still say, let's roll. Did you know that if you put your rook on its side, it's not a piece? It actually just rolls off the table. But if you put it upside down, then it's a queen. It's the most powerful piece. So you've got to get your orientation correctly. Now can I pawn fork? No. That's funny. That's funny, he just took a pawn that I don't have. Why not this? Okay, Chess with Chris is destroying me. Apparently Whoa, that would throw away more things. Apparently f5 was not the right time of the right move of the right thing to do. Maybe I should have gone g6 first, because this just fell apart like a house of cards. Hey! My analogy just worked. It wasn't like feathers on a snake this time. Nice. If I fish my queen around, nothing really happens. Maybe I'll prepare with my rooks for e4, which will pawn fork him. That looks good. Now don't play knight g5, because I do not want your knight here. If he moved his knight here, I would basically resign yesterday, because knight e6, that's like as powerful as a rook and a bishop together. Oh, he's doing it! That's a powerful spot for your knight. So I have no choice but to decide what to do. You leave me with no choice. Wow, that's a powerful place for the knight. I should not have pushed f5. I thought, why would he take my f5 pawn? Why would he do that? Well, in a way, I was wrong. Because there was a reason he would take it. A very good reason. Amazing, amazing place. I guess I'll bring my bishop back, because then I can trade my bishop for that epic knight. That's like an advantage right there. And do I take it? Wow, this isn't very good. Chess with Chris is just... he's defeating me. Ah. Knight. 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 All I have is knights. You notice that? I'm saying knight, knight, knights. All I have is knights. The guy has bishops, so he has an advantage on me. But that doesn't mean I can't move my knights somewhere that gives up a pawn for free. Oh. Problems. So I move my knight on f6. Bishop takes h7 check. I move my pawn on h7 to h6. And his bishop comes in and is super annoying. I move something else and something else is annoying. Two bishops is better than two knights, guys, and the only way that's not true is if the position is closed enough. Now, this is pretty closed, but I don't think it's closed enough still. He's opening up a line on the queen side, which is the right thing to do. Very clever of him, and I'm running out of time. So my plan is run Chess with Chris out of time, because my other plan simply didn't work. After I pushed f5 and he handled that so well, I was left with nothing. Literally. I had nothing. Did you know that in Go, The traditional thing to say in its native language, which is Japanese, if you wish to resign, is to say, I have nothing. And that's what I have here. I hope he gives his bishop for a knight, because then these bishops would be a little more tolerable. Go is a board game, and you should learn it if you haven't, because it's better than chess. Did I just say that? Do I call myself GoWhiz? No. Actually, I don't, but you might find GoWhiz on the internet if you look very carefully at the internet for a long time. Okay, I got one of them bishops off the board. Now let's get this knight useful. Chess with Chris is going to run out of time. That's the plan. Stan, let's make it happen. Ooh. Run out of time, Chess with Chris. Come on, do it. Come on, Chess with Chris. Oh, you're fast. You're real fast. Uh-oh. You're fast, but you're not checkmated. Checkmate! Okay, that was actually because of the clock. Chess with Chris was coming up with these Grandmaster level moves, and then when he had 3 seconds left, not so Grandmaster. Oh, it's me, Piano Wow. Wow, Piano Wow, you have 2 names. That's so cool. GG. You had me there. Okay, so now we get to go edit scene, edit, properties, edit. Chess with Chris. That's too long. It's not going to fit, so we have to call him Piano Wow. Sorry. It better be Piano Wow, because he could be lying and saying he's Piano Wow when he's not Piano Wow, which would be very wow, as they say in the Doge forums, which is the Doge, which is also the Doggy forums. All of those things. Good job. Thanks for the game, says Piano Wow. So I think it's really him. Otherwise he would say, I'm not Chess with Chris, you hacker. Where do I click for play, says Tic Tac 1. Well, you deserve to get to play because you were here next. So actually, Tic Tac 1. Oh, we're overwhelmed with challenges. That's good. That means ChessWhiz TV is popular, which is like populous, full of people. You know what I mean? So here we go. 3-1. And how do we get our friend to join? Well, we open this chat. We open. Oh, you can see all my talks. Where do I click for play? There. Okay, Tic Tac 1. You got to click on that, and you have about 25 seconds to do it. Otherwise, out. Here's me saying, out. And it's the next person's turn. So you got to be quick. Oops, oops. Oh, no. Oh, no. You know what's going to happen? Someone else is going to see that link. They're going to rewind and see those numbers and type them in and get to there. But I don't think they'll do that, actually, because I didn't give you much time to see it. But in theory, there was a shameless plug in chat. And he said, sorry for the shameless plug. Let's look that up. Shameless plug. Okay, what's a shameless plug, guys? I can't spell shameless. It was shamless. When somebody posts a single message on a message board advertising a product or website, a shameless plug is the same thing as a spam. Sorry for the spam, but here's some canned meat. Okay, so this guy right over here, he was too slow, Joe. And his name is Tic Tac 1. So whoever types in E, capital F, 5, capital R, small a, small t, capital E, small 9, actually that's a big 9, first gets to play me. So you're going to have to type this link because, but I'm not pasting it in chat. Now this is going to be tough because not only do you have to type all that stuff in there, and when you get it wrong it says page not found, did you mean lightchess.org, you also have to do it with the stream delay. Some people's stream is fast, and they're going some people's is slow, and they're like half an hour behind. Actually, you actually can have a different rate of like behindness in Twitch TV. Some people are 15 seconds behind live, and some people are 30 seconds behind live. It has to do with the buffering. And 094835 wins, and we've already played him. Look over here. Look over here. See this? We've already beat him once, so now we know how to beat him. King's Gambit will beat him. Now, this isn't very fair that 094835 gets to play 2 times, and then these other guys like New Balance or 1610, these other guys who challenged, they get to play 0 times. That's not very fair. So next we're going to play New Balance. Nope, we're going to play 1610. Actually, 1610 has been so patient, like 1,000% patient, that he should get to go next. So he will get to go next. And this position is awesome for me because it's the King's Gambit decline, which doesn't exist. You see this bishop back here on f8? That's where it is. f8. I found a square. I know the notation. It should be out on c5. It should have moved out before this pawn. But 094835 doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know that you're not supposed to block it in with your pawn. Like the queen's gambit where you would do that, in the king's gambit, you should move it out first, because white can't dare take the pawn or he opens up his own king and he gets check, check, check and loses his rook. If you don't believe me, go look up e4, e5, f4, bishop c5, pawn takes pawn, and watch white die. It's seriously painful to watch. It's like someone falling off a bike with no knee pads. It's painful. I already have a bishop for knight, so I'm basically winning. Also more space on the king side, so I'm also basically winning. That's 2 reasons to be winning. Let's count black's reasons. Well, black still has his queen. That's something. That's about it, though. That's about it. Bring out the rest of my pieces. Pawn takes pawn, maybe. Oh, let's checkmate him. Why not? F5, G4, G5, H4, H5, H6, G6, G takes H7. Why not? Here come the pawns, man. You're gonna get checkmated. This doesn't usually happen because black doesn't usually allow it. But when he does, fun is to be had. We're getting challenges from all sides, but next up, 1610. I mean, he's been waiting up here. He's been waiting up here for like 20 minutes, guys, and he hasn't closed his challenge. Waiting. He's in one tab is his waiting tab. He's like, I'm waiting in this tab. And then the other tab, he's watching ChessWhiz TV because he wants to see 094835 lose again. So he's being very patient. Bishop takes out there. I don't like bishop h4. It's going to annoy me if he does that. But not very much. Let's get my king out of the way. Because I'm going to roll with some pieces. Got to get that king off to the side because I'm not going to roll with my king. Let's get this clear. It's going to be some other pieces. I don't roll my king very often. Queen g2, rook g1. And then I've got the power across from the king. And then we're going to go, well, I want to play h4. I really want to play h4, g5. But I can't play h4. He's got too many pieces on h4. So, how can we deal with that? Well, queen g2, nope, that doesn't do anything. Gotta watch out for the c2 pawn also. If I move my queen too far away, shazam on c2 and shazam on a1. That's not what we want. So I guess I could play bishop e3 and just threaten to pick up that knight and an extra pawn. An offer of a trade? Who would trade when they're... I don't like trading. But I also like trading. It's weird. I don't like trading because I'm attacking, and the attacker doesn't want to trade things. But I am liking trading. Queen here is perfect. Covers c2, covers h3, covers f3. And then I can play h4, g5. This attack's going to be so good. Look, guys, this is the most challenges I've ever had at once. If you can even see these, they're going to cover the whole screen, and then you're not going to be able to see anything except challenges. So that'll be the end of ChessWhiz TV. I do like trading because I'm moving my bishop, which has never moved before, for his bishop that moved 1, 2 times, and his knight moved 1, 2, 3 times. That's a lot of moves invested by him in a bunch of blah. And I invested no moves at all into that bishop. So that's why I like the trade. He's really spent more of his move dollars, his moneyness, ding ding, than I did on those pieces, so that's why I like the trade. On the other hand, I'm attacking the guy fiercely like a bear, and if I trade, I have less pieces to checkmate him with, so that's why I don't like trading. I want to play h4, I gotta... Whoa! I'm hearing some interesting noises. 094835 is almost out of time. Where's my checkmate? Queen g3 now, h4, g5, it's a little slower than I wanted. He's going to go a5, a4, kick my bishop. I don't mind that. Maybe I should just push f6 right away, throw away something. Yeah, why not, right? Look, only 3 things can take it. That's not very many things. I'm only defending with 1 thing. But if you count the things carefully... Oh, he closes it up. So, okay, so I didn't lose that pawn for free yet. But if he dangerously takes it, then I can open things up again. Which I'm now doing. Queen takes, right? Well, wait, off the board. What about pawn takes? What about pawn takes? Pawn takes knight h5, I'm closed up. I like this better because now I've got an h5 lever to play on him. Oh, look at this bishop is pinning his f-pawn. He didn't notice that. Check. Did you guys notice that? Raise your hand if you noticed that, because that's a really, really lucky and awesome sequence for me. He could have taken that bishop off the board with knight takes bishop, which he should have done to relieve that pressure. Whoa! Didn't notice that part, but I think he's still in trouble. On the clock, you have 1 second, so I don't even need to think. Check. And I guess I'll move my king over. Oh, out of time. You gotta watch Yo Clock, man. You're playing ChessWhiz, and he whiz right past you. So edit this scene, edit this thing, and 09 4835, well, he has the advantage of having lost 2 times. No one else has done that, but that's his only advantage at this point. And I'm getting these cool sounds. Where is this patient man? New balance 1610. There he is. 1610, you get a game, because you waited for like half an hour. The episode 27, this is episode 27, has only about 13-14 minutes left. So in that much time, how many games can we play? I don't know. As many as we can, seriously. But we're going away at the top of the hour. Top of the hour, which is in 13-14 minutes. So apologies to all you guys who are waiting patiently and didn't get to play, but that's the reality, is that there's just not enough time to play everybody, which is a good thing. That means we should do this again sometime soon. It can be called Fight the Viewership 2, where Villain dies like he should have died in episode 27. But I feel popular because I have more challenges than ever before. What you guys should do is get your own chess TV show, and then you can have all these challenges too. Look at that. 5 challenges. Skin it and win it. You know, I like skin it because it rhymes with pin it, which is what your rook should do to every enemy queen it sees. I love pinning a queen to the king like that, straight across with a rook. That just gives me a good feeling. Oh, are you really attacking? Okay, so bishop here, I mean queen. Queen c7 covers. I could push my pawn. That's not as cool. I only have 5 challenges, guys. I bet you can crank that up. A question from Dark Saint 07. Dark Saint, I saw your question long ago, but I just thought, let's let that rot a little bit in the chat so that it's nice and ripe when I answer that question. And now it's time. The question is, how long did it take you to get good on chess? Well, I have to admit that you meant to say good at chess, because here in English-speaking countries, on means on top of, like the book is on the table. And I'm not really on chess. I'm not on top of it. It's not sitting on chess. And so I'm not good on chess. But let's take that question from a slightly different angle. Let's assume you meant to say, how long did it take me to get good at chess? And the answer is, I'm still not good at chess, guys. I mean, I'm losing. Actually, I won all these games. Well, that's something. But no, I'm still not good at chess. And so the answer is very difficult to give, because I've just gradually made fewer and fewer bad moves as life has gone on, which is how you measure chess quality. It's BPH. It stands for blunders per hour. And when you get that number low enough, then you're considered good at chess. And my number is still way too high because I play such fast chess. Challenge number 6, and we're behind the chat room. See this glowing bit over here? Look at that. Oh, he gave up. He's like, I can't even be seen. I'm behind the chat box. I'm not even going to challenge. Well, you were famous for the only challenge behind the chat box. But if you leave, then I'm not going to play you. Oh, you're attacking my bishop. I don't mind, because it's the good bishop. This bishop, guys, it's not blocked by any of my own pawns. Now, to be honest, it is blocked by every one of his pawns, but none of my pawns. So that's worth something. This knight really threatens nothing. So I'll go offer a trade. Why would you trade with something that threatens nothing? Well, I was lying. It's threatening me by being way out there on e5. Okay. Okay. Oh, the challenger is back. The mystery glowing challenger. We don't know. Dark Saint says your answers are inferior. He actually used a synonym to inferior. And that's of great interest to me, because the actual answer to my question, when did I get good at chess, how long did it take, is completely ambiguous. There is no way to know how to define good at chess. So I'm going to say it took 15 years to get good at chess. But the real answer is I'm still not good at chess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders to this knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. Count the attackers and defenders, then eat a sandwich. That's steps 1 and 2 in a game of chess. Take, 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 take. He has enough defenders. That's uncool. The coolness is un. How do I even do anything? Take, 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 take. This position is full of takes. Whatever happens, something will be taken. I wonder who this is challenging back here. Can we find out with the mouse over? We can't! I'm trying to mouse over the challenge, but the chat room's dominating it. And so, you can still see the glowing bit right there. If you look closely, right in there. Oh, it's gone now. The challenger said, I'm challenge number 6 and I can't be seen, so I give. Knight takes, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I've got 6 attackers. Rook, rook, knight, knight, bishop, queen. He only has rook, rook, pawn, knight, bishop. That's not enough defenders. So he gives up and he trades. Well, I'm in check, so I'll capture back. More trades will occur. Trade, trade, more trades, more trades. Want to trade with me? I'll trade you rooks. Trade. If I go there, then after g5, 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 my bishop can't go there, there. So I guess I better take with the bishop. So I don't get that thing trapped. Oh, you want trades? I'll show you trades. I'll trade your trade with my trade, and then we'll trade. So it's looking kind of drawish. We each have the same number of things. However, his pawns are on dark squares here, and I consider that to be a weakness on his part. After I maneuver all of my things around a bit better, it might be a problem for him. I can get my bishop to c7, which hits the d5 pawn very well. I could also go bishop f4. That might be better to prevent pawn f4, which kind of protects everything he's got. Let's swing around this way. Why not? He will play f4. He has to protect now. I'm low on time, so I'll move a little faster. Don't know what to do here. Guess I'll do that. That wasn't very good. Oh, now he's getting the edge. Oh, now I'm getting the edge. Oh, I think that was an error. Queen takes g5. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. GG. Huh. And that's the game. Edit scene. We get to add another person whose name consists entirely of numbers. 16, 10, 1, 0. You're going to have to be a chess player to know what that means. Blunder, sorry about that. Thank you, next time. You know what I'm going to say to him? No problem. You are welcome to blunder against me anytime. You know what? I really don't complain. Oh, you're getting your stuff covered up. Let's move that. There it is. You're welcome to blunder against me anytime. You know what, you guys? You can just play ChessWhiz and blunder. I do not mind. It's really okay. So who gets to play next? Jonathan Thay, you rook nice, Villain Chess with Chris, New Balance, or Tampa Parompa? I need you to tell me in chat, who should it be? The strongest player here is Villain. However, Villain has already played and beaten me, though he did not deserve it. I had queen against rook. And the weakest player here is dubiously determined, because 2 people are pretty much unrated. This Tampa Parompa, tell me in chat who it should be. Piano Wow says him, but Piano Wow's not on here. Has never played before. And this other guy, you rook nice, has never played before. Actually, he's lost to Anonymous. So he's the weaker player. So the very worst player here is you rook nice. Actually, you rook nice got a computer crash. So let's give him the first chance if I can find accept. Oh no, I can't. Look, the accept button is behind the chat box. I can't click it. He's the only person I can't click. Decline or view challenge, and they're both behind this thing. Oh, Thibaut, your website breaks. I can't accept his challenge. It's going to have to be someone else. Well, let's go with Jonathan Thay, because he's the highest rated player in the house. If I can... Oh, I can't click him either. Look what happens. I mouse down, and it goes away. So it's going to have to be someone else. Now, someone who's been challenging for a long time is New Balance, so he gets it. Go. Whoa, we can't have this. New Balance code shows a delay of 3 seconds, so you just forfeited your chance. A new person in, Hyper Prior, but now we can accept Jonathan Thay because they reordered. He says 3-0. That's okay. Strong players like Jonathan Thay don't need delay. They can pretty much move without delay. So we're ready. I'm welcome to decline some other people. Why would I do that? Then I wouldn't feel so awesome. I mean, Clark actually says, James Clark himself from Australia tells me I could decline some of these games. Why would I do that? I mean, look at this. Have you ever had this many games on your screen? Makes you feel cool. So we're fighting Jonathan Theh, getting the same kind of inferior position. Chat room. Okay, let's get this off the screen. What are we doing? Same kind of inferior position that we get in every game when we play the Rubinstein defense of the French defense, which is trade and do worse. It's the TADW opening, also known as trade and do worse. Inspect element. That's a brilliant idea. Only a hacker would think that I could inspect the element, but it's true. I could inspect the element. For those of you who don't know what that means, it basically means go into your web browser, in this case Chrome, and hack inside and then click the button. I can't hear you, says Ornikar. I forgot to bring my headphones to work. That's a big disappointment. Can you guys imagine watching ChessWhiz TV and not being able to hear? That would be 100% more boring. I mean, that's the one thing we do well on ChessWhiz TV is talk. We don't play chess well. We know that. So it's basically talk or nothing. So that'd be pretty sad if you can't hear. It's amazing he's even logged in. Hey, we just got a spoiler. Guess I'll castle. Any web developer, sure. Khan gets a ban. Okay, we just got a spoiler. Copy link address. After this game, we're going to reveal the spoil, which is something cool coming new in the future, which is where new things come from. Did you know new things don't really come from the past? There is a famous saying that goes like this. There is nothing new under the sun. To that I say, there is nothing under the sun. Because there's no under. It's in outer space. Floating around, being a sun. It's like, hi, I'm the sun. You're not the only sun, man. There's also Alpha Centauri, which is sun to nobody we know. But it is a sun, seriously. So is Jonathan Theh going to ruin us? He's not ruining us yet. Bishop out and I'm actually alive. Jonathan, you're messing up. I'm alive. Shouldn't I be dead by now? I even have the 2 bishops. Something's going wrong. I mean, you're just pushing pawns. Do you have USCF rating or FIDE? Asks someone. Yes, but like most people, I'm embarrassed to reveal them. I don't have a FIDE rating, and I'm lucky for that, because otherwise, every time someone said, what's your FIDE rating, I would have to give them my FIDE rating, and then they would just shut off the stream so fast, because they would be like, wow, what a pawn pusher, wood pusher, what a patzer, what a fish, and they turn off the stream. So it's a good thing I don't have a FIDE rating. That's all I can say. Hit your queen in the face. Want some trades, Jonathan Theh? He actually answers yes. He has a USCF rating he won't reveal. People are complaining in chat that I never give out my rating. And I think that's not very nice. Although it's true. So I'll give it out. I'm going to shock you all and give it out. It is less than 2,800. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Less than 2,800. That's my rating. No, for reals, it's actually much lower than you would like to admit, because USCF ratings are slower time controls. If you want to play a fast game, it's usually not USCF rated. And my strength gets better the faster you play. 5 minute, pretty good. 3 minute, better. 1 minute, now you're looking good. 1 second, now you're talking. If I could play like a quarter of a second increment, my rating then it would be 2,800. But because these USCF tournaments are like 2 hours a side, per side I'm talking, per side, so it's like 4 hours for everybody. And then another hour added on just for fun after you make 40 moves. It's slow. Really slow. And you know, the slower it goes, the worse ChessWhiz goes. So I go real bad in USCF tournaments. But I will admit my USCF rating is in the 1900s. Oh, that's so bad. Actually, it really is in the 1900s. It's below 2000, which means I can play in the U2000 section and win all the cash. So that's why I have it that low. It's because they actually have rating bands. You go to the big national tournament and they say, oh, if you're rated under 2000, you can play in this tiny tournament of bad players. And then when you win, we'll give you money. So that's a good reason to stay under 2000. Honestly, though, I'm not sandbagging. I'm simply not playing very much tournament chess. And why would I with the time control that slow? I wouldn't. So that's the way it goes. Dark Saint says he thinks his rating is about 1200. I don't think it is. Dark Saint, my rating is not about 1200. I just remembered something important. There's no delay in this tournament, and I can't tell that, of course, because the whole time control is covered up by challenges, so I can't see that there's no delay. But there's no delay, and that means I'm going to run out of time of 26 seconds. So cranking down the talking here, cranking up the speedy moving. Oh, Jonathan Theb beat me. That's weird. I thought I was doing much better than that. That's weird. I thought this ending was very good, and it became very bad. Very suddenly. I think he can beat me in 20 seconds, so my king goes to the flag. Resign. GG. Jonathan Theb is a winner. Now, I thought I had a much better game there. I wonder what happened. Something about a 2400 rated opponent. But let's add him down here. Jonathan Theb. I bet that's his real name, so you can look him up. Oh, 0-1. Advantage for him. I'm typing, and I'm done typing. Okay, guys, there's not much time left. There's 0 time left. I'm so sorry, all you people. Hyper Prior, I appreciate the challenge, and I can't decline it. Chess with Chris, at least you almost got to play. Tampa Parompa, next time. That's so sad. You Rook Nice, next time don't crash your computer, and we can play chess. Vivillain, you already played. What are you even doing here? Hyper Prior, now I can decline your challenge. So sorry, guys, but the time is up. Next time, we're playing in the light chess pools, which don't even exist right now. But I have a hack. I have a preview. So let's go look at it. Ready? See what it is. And it is a new pop-out up here. A new pop-out. There's a battle axe that you can't see. Let's zoom up to it. And it says, currently playing. Oh, this is great for playing simuls, guys, because this is like 4 games at once. Wow, why would he be playing against Thibaut Unlimited? He would never move, because you know those guys who are like, I'm playing an untimed game and he won't move. Well, Thibaut's going to do that too, because he owns the site. Challenges, and now my challenges are going to show up here, and then there's create challenge. This is a great little pop-up. Not what I expected, but it's really good. I was expecting the pools. Where's the pools on here? It's my turn against Thibaut. Wow, he's everywhere, man. Challenging him, playing him twice, and it's my turn. I should end Sinosaur. Wow, these guys are famous, and they're on the screenshot. There's nothing cool on here in terms of pools, though. So the next episode is going to be light chess pool play, which is mind-blowing because there's no light chess pools right now, so it's going to be kind of dry in terms of pools. But I'm assuming they're going to appear just in time because Thibaut promised it to me. But if he breaks his promise, then we're going to do something else. Don't worry, ChessWhiz TV is still happening. It's simply not going to be pool play because there's not going to be any pools in that case. So that was the whole episode. We need to have another Fight the Viewership episode soon because there were all those guys who wanted to play and didn't get a chance. I'm sorry about that, but we could only have an hour to do this, and the hour's up. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time at, there's the schedule over there. It's 8 a.m. my time, 11 a.m. some of you guys' time, 3 p.m. some other you guys' time. And the next time is Thursday, which is right here in my chest. So if I will see you then, we'll play some more chess, talk some more crazy, and have a good time. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.